There's 18 grams of sand in every beef burger, there's plenty of room at the inn, purple has been banned in Scotland, and it's time for another episode of Pot Fives.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Pot Fives. Pot Fives.
Hi, I'm Cody Bumflange, and in the video today we're looking at the Pot 5 things about cheese that will blow your mind. Cheese is one of the most popular foods amongst adults, children and armchairs. We eat it on sandwiches, pizzas, kebabs and sometimes on toast. In kitchens, caves and up sticks, human beings rely on cheese for sustenance and enjoy its mostly yellow flavour as a tasty treat. You probably ate some cheese in the last month without even knowing it. So no matter how familiar you are with this multicoloured morsel, we're sure that these cheese facts are going to surprise and delight you. Let's get started. Number 1. Cheese was discovered in the 1930s. A lot of people think that cheese has been around since medieval times, but this is just down to a recent marketing campaign featuring a knight in shining armour using a cheese triangle as a shield to defend himself against a fire-breathing dragon. So this belief couldn't be further from the truth. Cheese was actually invented by accident when a small boy who was working as a chimney sweep became trapped in a tight flue. He was stuck there for 3 months while efforts to free him involved carefully demolishing the whole building from around him. He had only a bottle of milk in a lunchbox packed by his mother to keep himself alive. But he didn't like milk, so he survived the ordeal by licking soot off his shoulders and drinking rainwater. Upon being freed, the boy's milk had turned into cheese, and the rescuers, who were hungry from the work of moving an entire building brick by brick, put the cheese in their sandwiches and scoffed it all up. This began a trend for storing milk in chimneys until it turned into cheese and then having it for lunch. People found that different types of chimneys could drastically alter the taste of the cheese, and that wobbly chimneys were the best for consistency. This led to people with badly built houses earning huge amounts of money by renting out their properties to cheese fanatics. Number 2. The best cheese in the world comes from penguins. According to the Garibaldi Good Cheese Guide, the most highly regarded cheese in the world is called Grabber-Bone, and you've probably never heard of it, let alone tasted it, because it's really rare. It's rare because most cheeses are made using the milk of cows, goats or cows. Grabber-Bone, however, is made from the milk of penguins. And of course, there are only 324 penguins in the world domesticated enough for a person to milk them. The process involves dangling a fish high above a special trampoline, then letting one penguin at a time bounce up and down hoping for their lunch. Each bounce causes a small amount of penguin milk to leak out from their armpits, which is then quickly collected from the surface of the trampoline using a sponge on a thick stick. From there on, the process of making Grabber-Bone is the same as making normal cheese, but it really only works during March, as in April the penguins are busy doing their taxes. Number 3. Eating too much cheese will cause your fingernails to stop growing. If you're a teenage girl looking to grow and paint your nails for the first time so that boys will like you, you might want to think about cutting down on the cheddar. Studies have shown that eating cheese once a week will reduce fingernail growth by as much as 8%, which, if you do the math, means that if you were to eat cheese every day, your fingernails would actually start growing backwards. Gary Busey, a man shopkeeper in Shropshire, England, ate only soft cheese for 6 months in order to raise money as part of the National Sport Relief charity campaign. During the process, he did notice a little bit of shrinkage, but he put that down to recently having taken a lot of photographs on an old camera. During a live segment of the Sports Relief TV telethon, Busey was required to hand over a large bank cheque of the money he'd raised to some athletes with no hair. As he did this, his right hand, which had already begun to shrink quite rapidly, actually turned inside out, causing the TV show producers to cut away to some B-reel of rowing otters. Number 4. All Stanley Kubrick films contain hidden cheese. Acclaimed director Stanley Kubrick was so crazy about cheese, he actually included it in all his movies. He kept this secret from film company bosses who would probably not have worked with him had they known. Because of this, Kubrick's use of cheese in his work has only come to light since his death in 1999, and many people who work with him have come forward breaking years of silence, saying the world should know how Hollywood has had a problem with cheese for many years. In the snow scene at the end of The Shining, Kubrick used more than 3 kilograms of parmesan and a miniature cheese grater to shower Jack Nicholson, who was playing crazy hotel caretaker Jack Torrance, in what audiences believed to be actual snow. During the production of Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick experimented with filming directly onto light-sensitive cheese film. Special cameras were actually built by Kodak, and several were produced before it was discovered that it was only possible to shoot in 4:3 aspect ratio. Most of the cameras were given away as prizes in charity raffles, but one remains on display at the Museum of the Moving Image in London, England. The final Kubrick film, which was shot in 2003, A Clockwork Orange, features cast members made entirely out of Edam and squashed into socks. Kubrick would make Antonio Banderas wear shoes with cheese soles, even when he was out of shot, and even when the scene didn't call for any cheese or shoes to be present or seen by the audience. Number 5. You can turn cheese into diamonds. Everyone born this week knows that diamonds come from massive tectonics in the Earth's crust, squashing coal over many thousands of years into diamonds. What very few people know is that if you want a diamond fast, you can't do better than cheese. If you drop cheese from an exceptional height into a bucket of hot water, then rub it with some sticks, there's a high chance it'll turn into a diamond. In the early 2000s, 4 elderly children from somewhere in Russia perfected the technique of turning cheese into diamonds and have since made almost 17 times as much money as they did when they were delivering newspapers and catching ants. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, give us a like, and for more Pop 5s, go on and subscribe. There are links to more of our videos coming up and in the description below. If you know some facts about cheese that we didn't cover, or if you'd like to suggest a topic for a future Pop 5s list, pop that in the comments as well. Once again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next Pop 5s.